Hello my friends, I'm Victoria. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today it's the start of a new reading vlog. It is Friday. I'm excited for the weekend. We actually don't have very many plans this weekend, so I'm just excited to have a nice cozy weekend, a chill weekend, and not do a ton of stuff. This reading vlog is going to be all summery horror thrillers. I think the books that I've chosen are kind of perfect for this vlog because they definitely seem very summery to me, or they're like held during summer and the atmosphere should be good for that kind of thing. One of them is on an island, so I'm very excited about that. I'm still trying to keep it summer. I still am. I'm trying to keep summer for a little bit longer. I think September 1st is where I will start going ham and going all in on Halloween stuff. But I'm still trying to keep the summery feels happening. And I totally missed Summerween this year. I was totally behind. And I wish I would have participated in it this year. But anyway, let's go into the books that I've picked. I have 3 picked. They are all kind of longer, so I'm hoping I can knock them out this weekend. We shall see. But I already started one last night, and it's called Island Witch by Amanda Giatisa. I'm pretty positive I'm saying that correctly. I looked up a video of her saying her name in an interview before this, so I believe I'm saying that correctly. This one is a horror, and we're talking like supernatural. We're talking commentary on colonialism and race, and I'm so excited about it because I am about 30% in. I started it last night, and I was shocked by the first part of it. Like the first 15%, I was like, wow, this is freaking phenomenal. Let me start by going over what it's about, and then I'll go over it more once I go through all these books. But a quick synopsis of Island Witch is that we have a main character, Amara. Her father is like a demon priest in Sri Lanka, and they're Buddhist, and we have white British colonizers coming to their island and kind of colonizing. They just be colonizing. But people start getting picked off in the woods, and mainly, I believe mainly these white men, and they are blaming her dad. And so Amara is trying to figure out what is actually going on to save her dad from, ridicule and downfall by these white settlers. So yeah, sounds really good. So far, atmosphere is pretty good. We're on an island. It's summery. It's lush. So love that for summer. Next up is one that has gotten rave reviews, and this one is a thriller, not a horror, but it's The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. I know this one's popping off everywhere, and I'm excited to read it because the reviews look amazing, but also this cover is pretty cool. I love the pink slime. But it's August 1975. Summer camp. We have a girl that has disappeared from her bunk, and turns out this girl is the daughter of the people that own this camp and also kind of own everything in the town. They're a very affluent family, and then we find out that 14 years earlier her brother also disappeared in similar circumstances. So it seems like this book is like right after she gets taken, and people are like searching, trying to find her and solve this crime of her being kidnapped. It sounds really good and fast-paced, and also they're in the woods in the Adirondacks in the summertime, so perfect for a summer reading vlog, yes. This next is a new release horror thriller called Cuckoo by Gretchen Falker Martin. I am so excited about this. We have a conversion camp, and in the summer of 1995, these, I think 6 or 7 kids were in this camp, and they, survived the camp, but it's them coming back together years later, and I think 16 years later, trying to end this place because this place is horrible. Horrible camp, but it should be in the summer, and I love when we have different characters coming together to try to solve something. And hopefully end the abuse that's going on. And I love Camp Damascus, but Camp Damascus doesn't really give you the conversion camp like atmosphere or like the feel of actually being in the camp all that much. So that's what I'm looking for here. I hope we get some more of that. For Cuckoo, it says that it's almost available. It says available soon in my library hold, so I'm hoping it comes to me this weekend. Fingers crossed. If not, we'll figure something out. But yeah, I'm so excited about this reading vlog. I do also think I'm gonna go look at Halloween decor at sometime this weekend. I hope maybe today. I don't know. We'll see after work. I'm on lunch right now, but it's actually kind of cool and gloomy outside. It's super cloudy, which for Colorado, it's been like high 90s the past week. So yeah, I might go for a walk today and listen to some of the Island Witch audiobook on my walk, because I definitely have a lot of hours to go. The God of the Woods is almost 15 hours. It's 14, like I think it was like 14 and a half when I looked on Audible or Spotify. I'm actually using my Spotify credit for the month because you get 15 hours and this book is just under 15 hours. So it was like perfect. It's also like has a bajillion month hold everywhere at any of my libraries. So I was like, perfect, I'll use my Spotify audiobook amount for that. But Island Witch is about this girl, Amara, and her family live in Sri Lanka, and it's during the 1800s when British colonizers have come over. Her family's Buddhist, and her dad is kind of like a demon priest. He helps with possessions, or like if strange things are happening to someone, he like comes and helps with that. The issue is that now with these colonizers and these white settlers, that they are kind of turning a lot of the people that live there against each other. They're offering like Sri Lankan citizens the ability to own land as if they didn't own it already. It's so frustrating to think about. But to own land if they convert to Christianity and, align and become allies with them. But then we have the people that, are just trying to like keep their culture, their heritage, and their lives normal. And that's what our girl's family is trying to do. Well, Amara, she is getting old enough to kind of be married off. Some of her friends have already been married off, and she had always helped her dad with his like demon possession kind of work. I don't know if like doctor is the right word. She even mentioned how witch is a totally new term to them because the white people brought it over, and it has like a negative connotation where their whole life, like people that would partake in like these like spiritual forms of medicine or treatments, they were seen as helpful and almost like doctors in a way. And in their culture, that was always seen as a good thing. And now people are calling out her family, and they're even suspecting that she is a witch. And it's kind of starting to spiral. We're getting some, I do want to say it starts off right off the bat where we kind of see this demon devour someone. and we're on an island. We're in Sri Lanka, so it is an island, and it seems very lush, and it's summer, and it sounds really beautiful out there. And it starts off with this demon in this woods, like totally devouring a man. There's some sort of demon in this village that they believe possesses younger girls and can make them act all kinds of different ways and do things. And that's where Amara's father would come in and help and do like an exorcism. And now all the white people are kind of being like, no, you're a liar, you're full of it, you don't do anything, and just like trying to turn everyone against this family. And Amara has started to see things. So she has started to have these dreams, and then the dreams kind of end up happening. People are suspecting that she's a witch, and things are kind of starting to unravel a little bit. Last 15% or so, it's been more like info dumpy. We're learning about different people within the community, people in her family and friends, and she was talking about like weddings and things that they do in their culture because she is hoping to get married to this man. No one knows that they've been together for like 2 years. They've been secret about it, but she's hoping that he proposes and they get married. But they have to make it look like they have never met before. It kind of has to look like happenstance. Like, oh, they just happened to run into each other at the market or something. So, so that's where she's at with relationship stuff. And I'm curious if this man's father will allow them to be together. I'm curious what ends up going down there. So there is a tiny tinge of romance here, but not really. I do understand like how we're info dumpy right now, because I do think that she's really trying to show us the cultural differences between the people that are Sri Lankans and the white colonizers that have showed up from Britain. So I think that that is important to show just how vastly different these people are. I'm hoping that soon it starts to pick up again and we kind of get some action going on and some things at stake. And in the synopsis, it says that men start being picked off in the woods. So, and then I think that they start blaming her dad, and then she's like trying to save her dad. I think that's what's going on. So, I haven't gotten there quite yet, but I'm sure it will happen soon. toasted and broccoli though. Hi friends. Okay, so it is Saturday morning now. It's about, what time is it? It's 11:39. I just got out of boxing class, and I wanted to give you an update. Yesterday, I mean, we didn't really end up doing much. I wanted to go on a walk like after dinner, but then it started raining, and then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here, read or listen to the audiobook of Island Witch and color, and that's what I did. I colored like 3 different sheets while I was reading, and then at like 9:30ish we started watching Abigail, and I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was going to be kind of stupid, but it definitely has like a cheesy, almost early 2000s feel about it, which I loved, and the atmosphere is awesome. Like, we have this old house with all these like, it's like a huge library and like trap doors and like a little conservatory and flowers, and it's so fun and I really enjoyed it. So it's not the best movie ever, no, but I had a fun time and I was kind of shocked by it. You know, sometimes that's the best, when you kind of go into it thinking this probably isn't going to be very good, but then it is. So I just thought, as a fun, spooky, a little bit campy movie, I really enjoyed it. So, you know, I'm happy about that. So I definitely recommend giving it a watch, because the home itself and the atmosphere of it was great. It was giving like, the house was giving like haunted mansion vibes. So, you know, right up my alley. I love that stuff. And there's other elements. I feel like it's obvious what this movie's about because they let it out in the trailer. But if you go into it not knowing, you might be surprised. I don't know. But I feel like the trailers these days of movies, they just like tell you everything. It's really like one of my biggest pet peeves, especially because we go to the movies all the time, so we end up seeing the trailers for everything. So yeah, that's frustrating. Sorry, I'm so sweaty. But Island Witch, I actually got pretty far in. I am close to being done with it. I think I'm like 70% in. I do have updates. So we do have, I kept calling it the woods, but it's definitely a jungle, and the atmosphere is good because we have the jungle. They're like picking coconuts off coconut trees, they're going to the ocean, they're walking on the beach. Like, you're getting those really summery vibes. The horror element is minimal. Like, it's a lot of like character development and like drama within the city and this community, which is okay. I was hoping for a little bit more scary stuff, but I do feel like it's about to amp up. I feel like something's about to go down, so that's good. But yeah, we have a lot of like bullying of our main character and her family. It's honestly really awful. So I'm hoping that we get some sort of like revenge, good for her thing going on, because these people are cruel. Truly, they're just horrible to her and her family. So yeah, don't love that. And it's kind of like basically everyone else except for her family I kind of hate. So, and I think that's the point of it. And even if I mean, we don't know if like our girl is involved with the witchcraft or their family is involved with witches, really, we don't know, but I kind of hope that they are, because I want them to get back at these people. They suck. But yeah, men are still getting attacked in the woods. There's a lot of relationship drama that comes up that really made me mad, and which they should, like, in a good way. Mad in a good way, because it really caused me to like hate these characters. And so I'm really hoping that something goes down to where she really gets revenge so that I can be satisfied with their demise. But overall, I am enjoying it. I was hoping for a little bit more horror element throughout. Definitely not much. We just have the scenes of our girl having these dreams, basically, of something bad happening, and these attacks on people and like things going down. And they're always dream sequences, so, which is also kind of like not something I love when it comes to horror books. I don't love the dream sequence kind of fake out horror thing. But in this one, it's like these things are kind of actually happening, or they're going to happen, so it makes me okay with that, because it's like, okay, this is actually going down. So what she's dreaming about seems like she's predicting the future. So that's cool with me. I'm so sweaty. I turned the air off in my car and I'm boiling in here. So yeah, this morning I woke up, drank coffee on the patio, read a little bit more, talked to Drew's mom on the phone for a little bit, and then came to boxing. Now I'm gonna go to Dollar Tree on my way home, because it's on my way home. Stop by because I think they might have some Halloween stuff, and I've been seeing some cute stuff. So I'm gonna stop by Dollar Tree and then head home, shower because I'm disgusting, and then I think I might go Halloween decor hunting. I'm gonna see what Drew wants to do. We'll see. If he doesn't want to do anything, I think I probably will go Halloween decor hunting, even though it's a Saturday, so I might kind of suck and be super busy, but that's okay. Anyway, I will update y'all later. Alright y'all, so I went home, had some lunch, and showered, and now I'm out and about shopping, looking for some Halloween stuff. I already went into Ross. They didn't have a single piece of Halloween yet. I feel like our Ross is always kind of late. And then I went to Home Goods. Oh, sorry, let me turn the air off. And then I went to Home Goods, and they actually had quite a bit of Halloween stuff, a lot. Nothing too much that caught my eye. I just found some Joanna Parker placemats that were cute. But that's it from Home Goods. I did take some clips, so I'll put them in. But I have finished Island Witch. And I do have to say, I quite love how it ended. There was a moment there where I was like, this is not gonna make me happy, is it? It surprised me and everything wrapped up, and I liked the way it ended a lot. I was really hoping for an ending that wasn't all sweet and cozy and happy, and thank God that didn't happen. I really wanted some horror here. I feel like we did get a bit of that, but still I feel like the whole book very light on the horror, almost enough to where this book could have been YA, but there's too many like intense topics for it to be YA, I think, and some really harsh stuff. So triggers if you have a hard time with SA and things like that. There's definitely some talk about that in here. And I feel like the twists, there were a couple of twists and they were pretty good. I was kind of shocked a little bit, so I really liked the ending. Like the last 20-ish%, I was like, yeah, this is great. I think I'm gonna stick with 4 stars. I did really enjoy it, but there were definitely parts in the middle where I was a little bit bored. I felt like we were getting so much info and a lot of like insight into characters, and it was kind of getting on my nerves, and I was like hoping for more to happen and more action to happen. And there were also a few cliche things that I was kind of like, don't love when that happens, or don't love when they throw that kind of trope in. But overall, really good. I really enjoyed it. It definitely gives the summery feel. So for a summery horror, it's great. And the commentary is there. We're getting tons of commentary, and we do get like a good for her kind of story. And this book just did a really great job at having like these bullies be the villains, and these characters that you're like, I hate these people. There were a couple that I was like, these people gotta go. That's where I was at. I was like, get rid of them. Yeah, there was one, and I thought it was going to wrap up without having anything happen to this person, but luckily in the epilogue it did, because I was going to be pissed if we didn't get like a full well-rounded thing. But I absolutely loved the epilogue, because I was kind of like, the way it ended, I was kind of like, I don't know. But then the epilogue happened, and I was like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted. So good. I'm so sweaty. But I am at Target. You can probably see. This is like, I call it the trifecta, even though there's more than 3 places, but it's Ross, Home Goods, Target, Marshalls. And then across the street is Big Lots, and there's also Kohl's and Burlington Coat Factory. So it's like literally every place that has Halloween decor is here, and I'm just hopping around. I'm having a fun time. I'm trying to like have a nice day, just perusing and browsing. It's hot, and I just turned the air off. I'm toasty roasty. So I'm gonna go in Target. I don't think that they're gonna have any Halloween yet. They usually do school supplies first and then do Halloween, but I'm just gonna go run in and check, and go into Marshalls as well. So I will update y'all in a sec.
Just trying to give you something spooky I'll do for you. I'm just trying to give you something. I'm just trying to give you something spooky I'll do for you. I'm just trying to give you something.
Okay, Target had nothing, no Halloween. Marshalls had a very tiny smidge of an amount, and then I came over to Big Lots, and Big Lots is closing. I'm so sad. I kind of love Big Lots. I don't know, growing up we would always just kind of go there and poke around, and it's really bumming me out. They also usually have some fun Halloween stuff, and yeah, they didn't have any, so, and they're not going to, because they're gonna be gone. That makes me so sad. Okay. I did find some bags of coffee on sale for $4, which is a good deal. Well, with an extra 20% off, because the whole store is 20% off. And then some random vegan, like boxes of vegan mac and cheese that I had never tried before. So I don't know, we'll see. But I mean, if you were in the market for like a couch or something like that, good time to buy. 20% off, that's nice. So RIP Big Lots. Okay, I don't think there's any other ones around me either. Like maybe an hour away, but I sure don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna head over to Kohl's and Burlington Coat Factory, and then I think my Halloween hunting little route will be complete. Hi, friends. I got some bad news yesterday about my grandma. So, and it's weird filming myself talking about this, but my sweet Nan passed away. So, I will be heading to Tennessee this week. It's Sunday now. Last night, I got the news, and we didn't do a whole lot. I did start reading The God of the Woods because I just needed something to take my mind off of stuff. And good news is it's really good. So I'm really liking it so far. I just want to say I'm going to keep giving you updates about the book. I think that it's helpful for me to talk to you all. And I don't know. There's something nice about talking to you all, even about books, that really brings me joy. So I'm going to continue filming this vlog and just give you updates on the book. But I'm sorry if my energy just totally dips. And I feel weird filming, and I was like, should I just stop filming? And then, because obviously, you know, I don't film a ton. I'm not a big YouTuber or anything, but I do think it really does help me. And reading helps distract me and get my mind off of stuff. And, you know, that's why I love it so much. And, yeah. And I started The God of the Woods. It's really freaking good so far. We start off with a girl who I am listening to the audiobook, but I have the ebook, and I've read along to the audiobook this whole time, and I highly recommend actually having the book because there's so many characters. We're switching timelines, and I feel like it would be really confusing to just listen to this on audiobook. I feel like I would get confused because there's been a few times even just reading along, I'm like, wait, what character am I reading right now? It starts off with a camp counselor named Louise, where she finds out that one of the girls that she's supposed to be taking care of in one of her bunk cabins is not there. It's August 1975. Summer camp was kind of coming to an end because it started in June, and we're switching between June 1975 and August 1975. So we start in August with this girl missing, Barbara. Her family owns a lot of the land and the camp, and seems to be like one of the main employers in this area. So a very affluent family. The camp is also kind of like, it seems for like swanky kids, because it sounds like a lot of their parents either go out of town in vacation, kind of like ship them off to boarding school, but it's summer camp kind of thing. A bit more bougie and swanky than you might think. There's also it sounds like a country club kind of area where a lot of wealthy people stay. And we have these kids that stay at the summer camp there. So Louise finds out that Barbara's missing, and Barbara's the daughter of the family that basically owns this whole place. And we kind of hear grumblings too about her brother, who also disappeared at one point many years prior. I think it was, I don't know, like 12 or 14 years prior. And we also get the POV of Barbara's mom, which she seems to have a lot of mental problems, especially since losing her son, and seems to abuse alcohol. It seems like that. So. And then we also have a POV of another girl named Tracy, who is a girl in the camp that's kind of an outcast. She's really awkward, doesn't have a ton of self-esteem, and she's like just dealing with growing up. So far, those are the POVs we have. I think that's all of them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And maybe we'll get more. I don't know. But so far, that's what we have. But Barbara's missing. Louise talks to her other camp counselor friend, Annabelle, who they work together over this cabin. And nights throughout the summer, they kind of go out, meet other camp counselors, have fun, mess around with people, well, they're older than teenagers. Like Louise is 23, I think. She has this crappy boyfriend who's from one of the rich families that comes to stay on the preserve country club in the summer. and they've been together for years, but he seems pretty crappy. And then she, you know, has a thing with one of the other camp counselors, and the guy finds out, and they have a falling out the night of, before this girl goes missing. And Annabelle and Louise are, so they're like hiding what they were actually doing the night before. They were like, we were here the whole time, but really they weren't, because they were out messing around. So they're hiding that. So we already have like main witnesses that should be witnesses lying about what's going on. And then when Barbara starts camp, Tracy becomes friends with her. Tracy is pretty much left out. She doesn't really know how to, like, she's really like socially awkward. She's not good at starting conversations, but Barbara's nice to her. And Barbara's kind of like a punk kid, and the kids at camp aren't used to people like this. Like, it's the 70s, so she is probably one of the first like punk people they've ever seen. And the mom, she was talking about how Barbara's been such a problem, and she needs to get her, you know, make sure she goes to summer camp so that she's not there when their country club has like their 100-year anniversary, because she doesn't want to be embarrassed. But then I'm like, is something else going on there? And then we have this other character named TJ, who we're not hearing their POV, but they've worked at the camp for years and years and years. And she, you know, just kind of like is a groundskeeper, watches out. It seems like her family knew I think the fancy family is called Van Laar. And it seems like her family knew their family. I don't know if they really get along anymore or what, but that's how she ended up being a groundskeeper at the camp. So we have all these people. They found out Barbara has disappeared, and they're looking for her. And I've just gotten to the point where they have called the police and like told Barbara's mom, Alice, that, you know, they don't know where she is. And we're getting a lot of just info and glimpses into these people and their lives. And in June, when they started camp, up until August, and we're switching back and forth. But so far, pretty good atmosphere, definitely like summer campy. They're giving them like survival lessons when camp starts about what to do if you're in the woods, don't panic. And they said, like, do you know where panic comes from? And it's like, and they said the Greek god Pan, who was the god of the woods. So that's where the title comes from, which is really interesting, and I didn't know that, so I like that. And there's like, right when they pull up to the camp, there's a sign, and it's like, if you're lost, sit down and scream for help. And that keeps being reiterated, and I guess like in the area, even though there's tons of woods or something, surely you shouldn't get lost. I don't know. But so far, I'm loving it. I think the characters are pretty good. They're not too cliche. But there's a few things like, oh, crappy boyfriend, and you know, teenagers being all weird and awkward and stuff like that. And like Barbara being like punk. I think that's silly. But overall, I'm pretty hooked so far. And I'm excited to see where it goes. I don't think I'm far in. I've been reading for a while, but I mean, I probably might be 20% in now. But there's been a lot of setup so far. And yeah, we're switching between June and August and all these characters, and it can definitely get confusing. So I'm trying to like really read it slowly, listen to the audiobook too, to keep my mind focused on it. And yeah, so I'm excited to see where this goes, and I hope it's something wild and crazy. I'm ready. I want a good twist. That's what I want. So I think that will make me happy. But yeah, thank you. I don't know if I'm ever gonna post this vlog. I feel weird, but I don't know. But yeah, I've already booked my flight. It's Sunday today. I'm going to fly Tuesday morning. The funeral's Wednesday. And I'm going to stay through the next Sunday. So, yeah. But yeah, I'll update you when I read a little bit more. Hi friends, it's the next day. I wanted to give you an update on The God of the Woods because I did finish it last night. So I was hooked. It was the perfect distraction for me. Like, I was so in it, and it was exactly what I needed at the time that I needed it. And I'm really thankful for that. But I started reading, I read a little bit throughout the day, but then I sat down at probably, 5 p.m. and I read until midnight. And I only stopped for a little bit to like eat dinner and then like wash my face and brush my teeth. But it got so crazy, and I was like, I just want to know what happened so badly. I will say I knew the twist. Still, I loved the book, so I'm a little bit conflicted about how I feel about it, like as far as star ratings goes, because I think the writing was superb. I thought the way that it was written and it made sense was shocking to me, because we are hopping between so many timelines. Because the last time I updated you, I was like, we have 3 POVs, and like we're going between June 1975 and August 1975, and that's not what keeps happening. So I think by the end of it, we might be following, gosh, I don't even know, like 7 people, and then through different dates. We're in the 50s, 60s. It's all over the place, and we're getting a real deep understanding of these characters. I do want to say, when it comes to the characters, I didn't love a lot of them. Like there are a few that I was like, okay, I can sympathize with you, but other than the one camp counselor Louise, and there's this other character named TJ that I really enjoyed, and then I also sympathized with Alice, the like mother of the kids that went missing. But other than that, I was just kind of like, I don't care too much about these other characters, but I am interested to see what's going to happen. So we also get the POV of a detective, and she's kind of new in the area. The first like female she's like the first like female investigator that they have. And there is a good bit of like commentary on misogyny and how she's treated, because it is the 70s, and like the way that her team, but also like the people she's interviewing treats her. And I did like her character too. With having so many timelines and POVs, I was just like, it was kind of hard to get fully invested into all these people. And it also was a little bit tropey. We have a few tropes. We have like a serial killer that has escaped from jail and is in the woods somewhere. And then we have, you know, just like detectives, bad detectives, and families, and rich catty families, which I love that kind of trope. I love a rich, messed up family so much. So that's a good one for me. There's so much going on, but it is really well written, and I was hooked. I was in it. I don't care how tropey it was. I was like, I gotta know what's going on. Am I right? So we have the 2 people that have gone missing. We have Bear, the little boy. He was 8 when he went missing 14 years ago. And then now his older sister, she is missing now. So there's basically like 2 cases here that we're trying to solve, which I think is cool. The first one, the Bear, I called that pretty early on. I was like probably, I don't know, 35, 40-ish% in, and I was like, I think this might have been what happened, and it was. I didn't know all the details, of course, but the main cause of his disappearance, I knew. So I called that, which is fine. And I didn't know about Barbara, the second girl's disappearance, until later on, but I did also call that too, probably about, I don't know, like 70%-ish in. Which is fine. I do think that they do a good job in trying to like steer you in other directions. And we do get a full mystery. The way that it switches between timelines, the story unfolds in a really cool way. And I really like that, because we're getting like just slow little glimpses into each of these people's lives. And then you're like, wait, oh, interesting. So there's something about them going on. There's something about them. And then you're like learning lies and all kinds of stuff. So I did like that quite a bit. I think I'm honestly torn. When I stopped reading it and I put down the book, I was like, this might be 5 stars for me. But then I was just laying there in bed and I was thinking about it. And I was like, well, I didn't know what was going to happen. And I did know, and it definitely was tropey, and some were perfectly fine and some were a little annoying. So I'm between 4 and 4.5. I'm definitely conflicted. It's still fantastic. That's all I want to say. It's very good. If you want like a summer thriller, the ambiance is there. Woods, camps, campfire. We're doing survival camping as a day trip for the kids, and all kinds of things about the mountains. And then we have this estate where I think I called it a country club earlier, and that's not really what it is. Like, it's this family's home. It's the Van Laar's home, but they kept talking about people coming to visit and stay there and parties. So in my brain, I was thinking of it as a country club, but really it's just their home, but they have people over a lot. And I kept envisioning it like Saltburn, like the house in Saltburn, the castle where it's just so huge and they're like, come stay with us, whatever, we have too much house kind of thing. And I love rich people drama, I really do. So yeah, we get some other inklings into people's lives. Like there's a storyline with the detective Judy with her family that I don't think is necessary. I'm like, we could have left that out. And I know that they're just trying to make her like put more into her character, but I was like, this is unnecessary. And just a few things. I think I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. I think I'm gonna do 4.5 because I'm just so conflicted, and I feel like 4.5 factors in that it's not perfect, but I really freaking loved it. I had so much fun reading it and I was hooked from the start. So yeah, Summertime Horror, give it a read. It's on Spotify. If you have Spotify, it's the perfect amount of time for your hours. So, well, actually I don't recommend that because I would have been lost if I wasn't reading the book along with this. It is so confusing, so many plot lines, so many dates, so much jumping that if you're listening to the audiobook, you're gonna be like, I'm confused who I'm listening to right now. So, because I even tried to do that, like while I was washing my face, I tried to listen along and I was like, I gotta pause it and wait till I can pick my book back up because I don't know what's happening. Okay, but yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna finish the vlog here. I'm about to go wash my hair. Our flight to Tennessee is tomorrow. And then, you know, we'll be traveling and then the funeral is on Wednesday, and then I'm staying in Tennessee through Sunday. So yeah, I gotta go wash my hair. You're probably like, Victoria, you have been wearing a hat every single day since this vlog started. And I'm like, I know, I did not have it in me. So I'm gonna go wash my hair so that I'm ready. I did pack yesterday, so I don't have to worry about that right now. And Drew's gonna drop Jasper off at his rover, and thankfully the rover that he really likes, and thankfully the rover that Jasper really likes was available. She's so sweet, and we've had issues with rovers in the past, so I'm just thankful we don't have to worry about Jasper. And I don't know if I'm gonna finish the vlog here. I might not, I don't know. But if I do finish it here, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening to me and just being there. It's so nice to just have you all to talk to, and I appreciate it. Both of the books I read in this one were so good, and I definitely recommend, so give them a go, especially for summertime before summer's over. I'm trying to make it last because I feel like I always try to make fall happen so quickly, but I'm like, this year I'm gonna keep the summer going until September 1st. And then I'm like, no, maybe a week before September 1st where I'll cut it off. I don't know, we'll see. Well, now I'm just babbling, but thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful spooky rest of your day.